Every day, millions of us drive past cows wandering the streets. Some of us honk, some swear to avoid them, and some, sadly, never make it past alive. But behind these familiar scenes lies a silent crisis, the heartbreaking story of abandoned cattle in India. Imagine Ramesh, a small dairy farmer in Madhya Pradesh. His cow has given him milk for years, but now she is old and her calf is a male. Ramesh can barely feed his children, let alone two animals that bring no income. He loves them, but love doesn't pay for fodder. With no buyers, no help, and no hope, he does what thousands of farmers in India are forced to do. He lets them out, praying someone else might care, but no one does. Cows have been at the center of India's culture, economy, and spirituality for centuries. Yet today, many of them are discarded like they no longer matter. Why? Because once they stop giving milk or they are born male, they are seen as burden. Farmers, especially small scale ones, are caught in an economic trap, unable to afford their upkeep and too scared to sell them because of strict slaughter bans and the fear of vigilant groups. And so, abandonment becomes the only option. Cow domestication go way back to the Indus and Neolithic world. They were workmates, fuel makers, and ritual partners. First, let's be clear on one big myth. India wasn't always a vegetarian culture. Some Vedic rituals included animal sacrifices. Some communities even consumed meat as a part of their diet. Later, movements like Buddhism and Jainism pushed strong vegetarian ideals and ahimsa. And over the centuries, vegetarianism became a deeply influential part of many Hindu communities. So, the story isn't always vegetarian, always buried cows like humans. It's a long mixed history. What is clear is over the time many communities built shelter system for old and infirm cattle, and many rulers promoted limits on killing animals. Abandoned cows don't just suffer, they cause sufferings. On roads, they are behind nearly 5% of all accidents in India. In 1 month in Madhya Pradesh alone, 93 cows died and nearly 300 were injured in crashes. Hungry and desperate, they eat plastic bags from garbage dumps, slowly killing them from the inside. In villages, they raid fields, destroying crops and forcing farmers to stand guard all night. Some farmers have reported crop losses as high as 60 to 65%. Cow shelters or gaushalas are overflowing. Many lack funds, resources, and sadly, transparency, leaving thousands of animals neglected even inside so called sanctuaries. It is cruel to the animals, costly to the farmers, and dangerous for the drivers. Everyone's loss. You may wonder, why do you even see healthy cows on the road? Two reasons. First, in cities, farmers practice open grazing, means that they let the cows out to fend for themselves, and at night they call them back. Second, even the productive cows are abandoned. Reason? The cost of feeding them can be more than the profit that they get from their milk. And the male cow? is seen as a liability since the birth. Keeping a cow isn't free. Day-to-day feeding costs can be significant for smallholders. Laws exist. Under the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act 1960, abandoning an animal is a crime. Sections of the Indian Penal Code even allow imprisonment. But here's the problem. It is almost impossible to trace who abandoned a cow. Meanwhile, Gaurakshak, the vigilant groups, complicate matters even further. Some run shelters, others take the law into their own hands, often with violence, making farmers even more fearful of selling unproductive cattle. But solutions exist. Bulls can still provide draft power or transport goods for short distance. Their dung can be turned into organic fertilizer, biogas, even eco-friendly products like dung logs and mosquito repellents. Programs like Chhattisgarh's Godhan scheme show that cow dung can become income. NGOs like People for Animals and international bodies like FAO are training farmers with new skills. But the hurdles are big: corruption, lack of market, poor infrastructure. And the harsh reality? Feeding an unproductive cow is way more expensive than a poor farmer, can bear. Old cows aren't modern moral puzzle. They are economic one. Tradition says care for them. Reality says who pays? The answer shouldn't be abandonment. It should be the system that pays. Here's my take. I respect the tradition of protecting cows. Ethic builds social capital. But the burden cannot fall on the poorest farmers. If we want to honor the past, we have to fund the present. It means state plus community pay for retirement shelter, scaling Godhan and eco models, making Gaushalas accountable, and providing options like insurance for farmers, and not the shame of abandonment. Tradition plus modern funding is equal to win. In other words, keep the tradition, fix the finance. It's not nostalgia, it's maths. So what can you do? When you see a stray cow, don't just ignore it. Call your local municipality, the animal husbandry department, or a nearby Gaushala. Reach out to NGOs like People for Animals. And above all, talk about it. Share, post, raise awareness. Because silence is what keeps the crisis hidden. The cow, once considered sacred, is now struggling to survive in the very country that worships her. This is not just about animals. It is about us, our farmers, our road, our future. Traditions matter, but traditions survive only if we make them practical for today. So the question is, will we step up or continue to look away?